the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from New Orleans as the Pelicans go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they've had some issues through the first half of the season and have slipped a few spots in the Western Conference standings from where we saw them last season. Into 10th place, as a matter of fact. And a terrific international prospect, Luka Doncic, suiting up tonight. Kenny, it's rare to see someone this young with such a complete game.
You know what? A couple of our friends were talking, me and my friends, about this guy.
When? Yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago. And he's ready. He's strong. He's got a wide frame. He reads defenses well, exceptionally well.
He's good at creating his own shot. He shows a lot of pro-level moves, and you broke that streak of 10 straight.
That'll do it. Both teams ready for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
New Orleans, land of the Pelicans, in a fine Western Conference battle at the New Orleans Arena. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Take a look at the Mavericks facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And they've had the edge against this team, winning the first two matchups with 4 total on the season. They look to continue that advantage here tonight.
Keep the foot on the gas pedal in that case, Greg. You know what I say. If you can handle that, keep it down, man. Don't let them up. So I'm thinking they're looking for the knockout blow here.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. And at this point of the season, Clark, we can see which teams have the better depth, the better bench. If you would, talk about the importance of having a strong bench over the long haul.
For contending teams, I think it's a difference maker because it allows you to work through the length of the season in a more measured way, which gives your key players rest. You spread out the minutes over more players, so that tends to lend itself to freshness as you get ready for the playoffs. I don't know if you can overstate the value of a quality bench when you're a team that's expected to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis, and it's Barea in at the point guard position. Now, here is Miller. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Miller kicks to Holiday. Back to Miller. Davis, the pass to Holiday. New Orleans moving it around. Outside, Davis. Just 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. The shot by Holiday, no good. Doncic passes to Porzingis. A quick shot there, and it's off target. New Orleans with the ball. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
And, you know, Greg, that's what you like to see, grabbing hold of the lead right now, right away.
And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Davis has got the ball. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
That one misses for Davis.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Now here is Holiday, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Porzingis with the steal. Pass to Barnes. Back to Porzingis. Here's Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul it. And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
That free throw good from Doncic. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
And so he makes both from the line.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Drills it from outside. Holiday's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Dallas, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Barea finds Barnes. Over Miller. And that one's good. Barnes has got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, you called it, Kevin. And Barnes has run the pick and roll plenty of times before and does a good job at taking what's available.
Moore passes to Davis. Looks for Holiday, gets it to him, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal. And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Davis. Pass to Moore. Davis kicks to Moore. Just 5 to shoot. Holiday attacking. The teardrop falls in. Holiday's got 7 points. Mavericks trail by 3. Down low. Here's Cantor. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Harrison Barnes. He's putting up about 21 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Davis surveying the floor. Got a piece of it and stolen by Barnes. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. Yep, it counts. Porzingis has got his second bucket.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And Holiday kicks to Okafor. Miller, the pass to Okafor. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
Now here's Davis. Boy, he just disappeared against Dallas when they needed him the most. And then Okafor slams it in.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
talk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Now here's Davis, and get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game from 12 feet out. Tries again, and it's Porzingis laying it in. Porzingis has got 9.
Great effort, terrific instincts. That's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
More with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The three-pointer is right on target.
And you know, Holiday has a gorgeous touch from outside. He's a deadly shooter, an absolute laser when you give him space to fire.
And for the Dallas Mavericks last year, hard to get in transition when you can't cause turnovers.
Well, when you don't get steals and open court situations, it's hard to get easy buckets. But on the other side, they handled the ball well, didn't turn it over, actually fewest turnovers in the league. But I do think they have to become more disruptive defensively.
New Orleans making some changes here. Randall's checked in for Okafor. Mirotic comes in for Miller. And it's Payton in for Ejuan Moore. And Dallas also making a switch. Nowitzki's checked in. Now here's Barnes. Coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Here's Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Porzingis.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Davis. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Now Payton. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Clock at 6. Davis against Barea. Misses off the left iron.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
That's tipped.
Does not have a shot blocker's reach, but Randall makes up for it with excellent anticipation.
Yep, that one goes.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans, trailing by 2. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes here. Hill comes in for Davis, and Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Lee comes in for Harrison Barnes. Now off the inbound, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Courtney Lee.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Now here's Barea. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New Orleans. Kicks it to Doncic. Over Clark. Nails the 16-footer. Doncic has got 6 points.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
The pass to Mirotic. Outside Hill. Back to Mirotic. Got a piece of it. A beautiful reverse layup. Mirotic has got his first points of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Barea. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And New Orleans pushing it up.
Yeah! What a nice burst. Randall changing ends like a guard that time.
Here's Doncic. 17 points for him last game against New Orleans.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Just 4 to shoot. No good from Clark. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Dallas again missing.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
Yes, that goes in. And now it's a 3-point Pelican lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Payton following the score by Dallas. Here's Randall. No good there. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance. Felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Measury, he's checked in for the Mavericks. To the paint. Here's Randall. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Randall's got his second bucket of the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Now here's Payton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. He kicks it to Randall. Shoots over Measury. And that one hits back iron.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Pass to Barea. He dishes it to Powell. Back to Barea. And a wide open look for Lee. No good. That would have tied it. New Orleans leading by 3. Clark finds Mirotic. Barea against Payton. Randall outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And, you know, here's the thing. Few young players generate fouls the way Randall does.
The Pelicans have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
Randall taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Randall.
And, you know, he was a high pick in 2014. Randall played just 14 minutes as a rookie. Broke his tibia. But since then, he's bounced back nicely.
That one misses. Drew Holiday has been on display for the New Orleans Pelicans. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how special he feels marching his way up the all-time scoring leaderboard.
Makes you reflect, you know, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, GA, that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, everything is sharp. I mean, nothing forced, precise passes, taking care of the ball. That's good stuff.
On the court for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell is out there with Doncic. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then there's Measury. And it's Lee in at the 2 spot. First free throw is good. A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even-keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it. Now Lee, after the missed 3 from Elfrid Payton. Lee passes to Measury. It's stolen by Randall. And here they come. Here's Clark, and he banks in the layup. Clark's got the lead up to 4 now for New Orleans.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed kills, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
Now, here's Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And, you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner and competes, does those little things, and, boy, he makes some big shots.
A free throw drops for Lee. So for the Pelicans, Okafor is checked in for Mirotic. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Ian Clark. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
You know, Julius Randle is a young power forward, a little undersized for that position, but fairly dependable. Good movement when he gets to the basket, and he knows how to finish inside. Surprised his rookie option wasn't picked up, but he made the best of it in free agency.
New Orleans making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And for Randle, a free agent this past summer, it seems he never felt truly wanted by the team that drafted him.
Well, you know, he's dealt with injuries early in his career and a lot of trade rumors, which can affect a young player in a negative way. I think he's still shown solid improvement in his first handful of years in the league. And again, you've got to recall and remember how young some of these guys are. Even when they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years, some of these guys are like 22, 23 years old. And that's still not enough time for them to fully mature as players.
No good from Moore.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now, here's Barea. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot from 12. Doncic, no good. New Orleans leading by 4. Here's Randle. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
Though he lacks elite explosiveness, Randle uses his strong body to protect the ball and avoid block shots inside.
Here's Doncic. Money from the wing. Doncic has got 8 points. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Randle left side. It's deflected.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Payton. Then for the Mavericks, Cantor checked in for Powell, and it's Barnes in for J.J. Barea. Five to shoot. Miller kicks to Holiday. Fires from deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Okay, a chance to check out the numbers for Miller. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 5 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Doncic kicks to Cantor. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. Over Holiday. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Barnes.
Barnes is really textbook in his posture on his shot. I mean, he squares up well and knocks it down.
Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Nobody near Barnes. No good. That would have tied it.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And then Okafor slams it in.
When you're 6'11", doesn't take much for you to slam it home. Okafor, just a big guy who really can get to the rack quickly.
Now here's Lee. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Here's Lee, 4-point game. And the basket good by Mejri. And here's Miller. No points in the game yet for him. There's the dish to Holiday. Randall against Cantor. Here's Holiday, and he converts the layup.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Yes, that goes in. 10 points for Harrison Barnes. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
Clock is at 3. No good from Moore. The Mavericks trailing. Now Doncic. 8 points for him. Lee outside. The feed to Barnes. Can't tie it up as that one misses. New Orleans has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And Moore kicks to Okafor. Shoots over Mejri, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here's Cantor. The fader. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Miller against Barnes. Miller up on top. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Holiday left side. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Now, here's Doncic. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the Summer League as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible.
Here's Holiday. He's got 14. Miller outside. Back to Holiday. Trying his luck deep. Will not drop through. That miss puts him at 6 for 10.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Porzingis has got 11 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Now here is Holiday. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Clock at 4. Here's Davis. That shot off. Nice D from Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Lee gets the bucket.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Timeout, timeout.
And first timeout of the game called for New Orleans.
Start it.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And he's one of a kind.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Mirotic is checked in for Okafor. Solomon Hill comes in for Miller. And Ian Clark subbed in for Moore. The 3 from Barnes. Offensive rebound. And the basket is good. And now a 3-point Dallas lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Porzingis kicks to Barnes. Off target from 3-point range.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Feeds to Davis. It's good, and that's just his 3rd make in 10 shots. An off game for him.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now here's Porzingis. A 17-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends.
Here's Holiday after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Outside Hill. Back to Holiday. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Doncic. He's got 11. To the inside. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. Second, Luka Doncic.
Impressive dime count there. And you like to see that from a rookie. No better way to make a first impression than by spreading the wealth.
And his teammates love him, guys. I mean, and why wouldn't they? He's tenacious. He's unselfish. Delivers the ball where they can do something with it. I mean, that gets you favor with your teammates right away. The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Dallas calls timeout.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
New Orleans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Barea checked in to the middle. That's tipped, taken away by Holiday. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. And it's Davis with the jam.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
Here's Holiday. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Hill, no good. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. A floater. And the foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Pelicans trail by 3. Holiday finds Payton. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Davis. Shoots over Powell, but he recovers it. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now here is Davis. He's got 10. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Peyton's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Barea kicks to Porzingis. Back to Barea. Launches a 3, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Mavericks lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans?
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
As we return to New Orleans, a look at some of the buildings along the riverfront here in the Big Easy. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance from Drew Holiday.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Mavericks leading by 3. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Darius Miller out there with Davis, and it's Okafor in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Okafor against Cantor. Outside Holiday. 6 to shoot. Here's Davis. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 5 rebounds tonight. Doncic with it. Moore's there. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Barea. Barea's got his 3rd assist on the night. Barea against Holiday. On the wing, Miller. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Anthony Davis? 5th in rebounding, 5th in blocks, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Barnes passes to Porzingis. Back to Barnes. Over Miller. Fresh 24 for the Mavericks. 2 points. That one goes. Porzingis has got 17 now.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Porzingis. And Cantor now top the key. And he makes that one. And now it's a 9-point Dallas lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Holiday, he watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Now here's Barea. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Inside. Here's Davis. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Holiday against Barea. Second chance shot. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Dishes to Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. High post try. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Pelicans trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. Look at New Orleans. Right now, they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And, of course, Dallas, 6 games out.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Here's Porzingis following the basket by Anthony Davis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
And, you know, Porzingis plays with such fearlessness. I love that about him. And he's also a big guy with some agility and endless range. This guy has in-the-gym range, if anybody has that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Julius Randle's checked in for New Orleans. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Davis dishes to Miller. Davis against Porzingis. Now here's Davis. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Moore with it. He's picked up by Doncic. They get it back with the second effort, and it's laid in by Randle. Randle's got 10 points.
There's your bully ball right there. I mean, a lot of folks think that's all Randle is a bully baller. With those big shoulders and that muscular body, he does a nice job putting them to use.
Doncic, no good.
And the defense that time was late, and you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Sunday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Monday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And he knocks down the first one. Measuring, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Solid trip from the line right there. Knocked him down, and it was easy.
Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. And the basket good by Measuring.
Man, when he's got the height advantage down low, it's open. Forget about it. It's a wrap. You got to send more help if you're the defense.
Barea against Holiday. Tipped away. Doncic with the steal, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Mavericks leading by 7. Barea finds Barnes. Back to Barea. Barnes outside. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Barea against Holiday. 6 to shoot. And oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Here's Davis. But they get it back. Moore outside. Back to Davis. Yes! And the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
And the Mavericks call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
So it's the Mavericks now, following the score by New Orleans. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Moore left side. Pass to Payton. Kicks it to Davis. New Orleans moving the ball around. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Payton.
Defense trying hard to contain Payton when he's down there, but he's pretty good in that low post area.
Barnes outside. To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Elfrid Payton.
You think of all the iconic players and the shots or moves associated with them. hard to top Dirk in his one-legged fadeaway. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox and most effective shots. And the fact that he's a 7-footer and does it that way, unique.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
A free throw drops for Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki still producing with that shot he made so famous. Clark has helped him stay dangerous even at this age.
You know, Kevin, for younger viewers of the NBA, it's hard for us to describe to them how good Dirk was. I mean, this guy could get off any shot he wanted. He was unorthodox and a bit quirky, but so effective. He could put it on the floor. He could post, had unbelievable range for a big guy. You know, when he hangs it up, there's no question he's first ballot Hall of Fame material.
Now here's Payton. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. They get the rebound. Here's Davis. Another shot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Mavericks?
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helped them.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
And the first one at the line is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. For Dallas, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. The 3 from Barnes. Rebounded by Moore. The Pelicans trail. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Barnes following the score by New Orleans. Here's Powell from the left block. He sends it through. Powell's got his second basket.
Nice extension while he's in the air by Dwight Powell. Even when the defense thinks they've got him hemmed in, he still gets over him.
Now here's Payton to the middle, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Good work there as it goes. Davis has got the game tied up here for New Orleans.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
It's really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Barnes. That one misses. And New Orleans will come the other way.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Moore passes to Mirotic. Over Barnes. Mirotic's shot is off.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Barea. The shot will not fall. Good D by Payton. Davis drives in. Shoots over Powell. Knocks down the step-back J. 27 points for Davis.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the Mavericks call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for more. Now here's Lee. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Hey, who's watching now? Switch.
Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. The lead is 2. Payton with the ball. He feeds it to Davis. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And, a chance here to see where the Pelicans sit in the NBA statistically.
And let's take a look back at those rebounding stats, because that is, to me, really impressive, that ranking. They've certainly got the strength and maybe more importantly, the disposition to win that battle on the boards.
Barea kicks to Powell. Bounce pass Barea. Barnes against Randall. And that one's good. Barnes has got 18 points in the game.
Boy, Barnes excels at ripping the defense apart at the seams with his ball handling now. That's an improved part of his arsenal.
Now here's Payton. On the wing hill, guarded by Powell. Randall down low. He's against Lee. Here's Payton. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Dallas the other way. Mirotic against Lee. And Mirotic sends it back. And he recovers it. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Davis. And it's Payton. That time on the assist by Davis. Payton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Powell kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Lee against Randall from 11 feet away. That one a little long.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Okafor is checked in for Davis. And Dallas also making a switch. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Payton outside. There's the pass to Okafor. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes looking around. Now here's Barea. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside, Porzingis. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
And the outstanding recognition there by Okafor on defense, really making himself as big as possible, and that makes the shooter uncomfortable.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Mavericks. Lee out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Dwight Powell. And there's Porzingis. And it's Cantor in at the 5.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Mavericks making the shot. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Fires from the line. Another one falls for New Orleans. Here is Barea. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, Barea is extremely fast. Explodes to the basket whenever he sees a lane available.
Payton finds Randall. Now here is Holiday. Guarded by Porzingis. Holiday gets the bucket.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Payton against Barea. To the paint and stolen by Mirotic. And it's Payton. That time on the assist from Mirotic. Payton's got the lead up to 6 now for New Orleans. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And Randall throws it down.
Absorbing contact really well. Randall will get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Miller's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in for Courtney Lee.
Shooting one.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Now here's Barea. Passes it to Porzingis. Over Randall. Porzingis can't hit.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Shooting for New Orleans, Julius Randle, taking 2 shots. Two.
That free throw good from Randall. Both free throws good from Randall. Mavericks trail by 11. And here's Barea. Outside, Porzingis to the middle. And Doncic gets it to go.
And the level of concentration that Doncic has, even under pressure, this guy is cool as a cucumber.
Now here's Payton. Okafor in the post. He's covered by Cantor. Payton outside. 6 on the shot clock. It's tipped.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
It's rebounded by New Orleans. Miller surveying the floor. At the elbow, Randall. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. Back to Holiday. Good on the shot. Holiday's got 24.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Doncic kicks to Cantor. Pass to Powell. Down low. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Barea, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Miller, no luck. Mavericks trail by 11. Here's Powell. Porzingis on the follow. 25 points in the game.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Holiday finds Randall. Pass to Payton. That one falls. Payton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pelicans.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Back to Porzingis. Doncic dishes to Powell. Porzingis against Randall. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
Porzingis with the steal. Over in the corner, Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Barea kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Miller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Randall. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 5th assist in this one.
Forcing his way in is Randall. Hard for the defender to counter his strength.
Now here's Barea. And Porzingis, here we go. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for New Orleans. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Mavericks. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Holiday kicks to Randall. Back to Holiday. A 3-pointer off the mark.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Barea finds Barnes. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Greg with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
Barnes hits them both.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Barea against Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Now Barea. And there's the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, I like how close Porzingis gets to the rim. I mean, he knows when he's this deep, the defense really has no chance to keep him from dunking it.
Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him. Cantor against Okafor. Pass to Barea. Five to shoot. Okafor with the block.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. New Orleans leading by 9. And Holiday kicks to Miller. And the shot goes in.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Outside, Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Barea, no good.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Okafor with the steal. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To halt the run, pass to Barea. Here's Doncic. Lets the 3 fly. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got his 6th assist on the night.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, when I think of J.J. Barea, one of the words that comes to mind is fearless. I mean, he never hesitates to go right at big guys in the paint. Not afraid to force a tough pass through traffic. He's a very aggressive offensive player, and when you're as small as he is, sometimes that's the way you thrive.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one. Guys?
Now here is Holiday. He kicks to Davis. Miller outside. Barea pulls it in. With Barea, he is usually the shortest player, Clark, on the court, so he has no choice but to be fearless.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, smaller guys typically play with an edge because it's been instilled in them from early on in their careers, because everybody tends to doubt guys that don't have great size. Barea knows how to play in space and understands the value of ball movement. And when other guys try to bully him, that little hombre is pretty strong, and he pushes right back.
Here's Barea after Drew Holiday's score. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday against Barea. Miller the pass to Okafor. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Off the inbound pass, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Enes Kanter. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career, but, you know, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly, and now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
And that one falls for Okafor.
I'll tell you what, coming straight to the NBA after just 1 year at Duke, Okafor making an immediate impact in the NBA.
Barnes outside. Back to Barea. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Barea's got 4 points in the quarter. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots.
Gentlemen,
he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
That free throw good from Doncic. Both shots good from the stripe. Moore with it.
Mavericks foul call. That's his fourth personal foul. At the line for your Pelicans, Ejuan Moore, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Now here's Barea. Left side, Porzingis. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
One shot.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And so here is New Orleans. At one point they led by 16. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Pass to Moore. New Orleans moving it around. 4 on the shot clock. Okafor gets the bucket. Okafor's got 7 now in this quarter.
Superb work from Okafor from the interior. I mean, just a tireless worker wreaking havoc in the paint.
Here's Porzingis. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Moore kicks to Holiday. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher there. I don't know how he could think that's a good shot. That's not who they want out there jacking up threes.
Pelicans leading by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Pelicans.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And finally, something good's going to happen to them in this 4-game season series. A solid showing tonight pushes their record to 1-2 with 1 yet to be played against Dallas.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Drew Holiday.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Here's Holiday, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Moore outside, back to Davis. Porzingis with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Barnes. Good D by Miller. Moore dishes to Holiday. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where does your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives me. I'm a lot more patient, let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. Sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.